Hi, Jason.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, good, good. Sorry, a little bit late.
Good. That's okay.
Just try to change my yeah,
All
little
right, I'm
bit.
just gonna send
Try to change my
this.
my background.
Jason, today,
Yeah.
today is going to be a bit of a different structure than last week. I'm not going to follow the worksheet exactly. I think it's too, it's too much.
Okay.
I was talking to Vince and some other people, so I'm going to be less formal, more conversational.
Okay. Do we have anybody in the waiting room yet, though?
Nope.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Doug.
Yeah. Hi, Teresa.
This is Teresa. Thank you,
So,
Doug.
Teresa, you are the host right now.
No, I'm not. I'm up as a
Okay.
participant.
Because okay.
Yeah,
Because
Doug is the host.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
so
right, right. Because I have two
I
right,
started
Teresa.
recording.
right,
I
right,
Okay.
put the
right, right,
agenda in the chat.
Okay.
right. I'm going to mute. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not sure how many will join today.
Yeah, we maxed at like 27 or 28 last week, so we'll see what
Right.
happens.
Is it different link or different meeting ID or same?
I don't know.
Different.
I sent it.
Yeah, different. Oh, okay.
I think it's a
Okay.
different link.
Okay. So people should be receive that. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
You will have one. I'll have two. Hey, good morning, Connie. Good morning, Judy.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we have Yang Li here also. So, Connie, do you normally use these AI tools?
Yes, I do.
You do. So, which one you use most?
Lately, I use cloud.
Oh, you use cloud. Oh, that's
Yes, it's more like more professional, like outcome. So
okay. Okay, same as Doc. Doc's your more preference looks like it's cloud.
Yeah,
So, so,
Claude is
so
my favorite.
your favorite.
Yeah.
So any what kind of condition you will recommend like people to buy to pay for that to use, or just use the free one this moment?
Um, I'm paying $200 a month for Claude Pro, but
Oh,
I use it pretty extensively.
okay. Because yeah, because I know you use pretty a lot because for the job, whatever. But cloud normally you need to pay it, or you could also free to use.
No, you can do a lot. You can do a lot with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot. You can do a lot with them for free.
Okay.
But they will once you do a lot with them, sometimes they'll freeze you up and say,
Oh, I
you
see.
now you
Oh,
cannot do anything until tomorrow at 11:05 a.m. So then they prompt you. They want you to buy a
Oh, I
subscription, right? Or
see.
else they make you
Okay.
wait.
Okay. So they warning you, so you need to buy.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. And you have to wait like at least five more hours if you want to keep working on it. So, if you want to avoid those kind of annoyingness, then you better pay. But,
Okay.
paying like 100 or 200 bucks, it's worth, I think.
Okay.
Yes, I agree. If you're going to use it and get the use out of it, I agree. Yeah.
I'm not sure if some we could maybe just stick with like Cloudy. We just use it and train them like your personal agent or personal assistant. Then you can put in all your information over there, and someday they know everything about you, and then you can easily give instruction. Okay, do this for me, do that for me. So that can be done.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I think a lot of people are discovering how amazing some of these ideas are, some of the potential.
Okay.
Okay, so
So, Doc, can you make your voice a little bit loud? Oh, it's maximum already? Or
actually, I'm gonna put on my. I'm gonna try my microphone
oh, okay.
and see if it works. Okay, let's see. How is that? Is that a little better? Can you hear me?
Sounds a little bit better. What do you think, Teresa?
Is it more clear?
I can hear that.
Okay, you okay. Yeah.
You can hear it okay. Yeah, Jason, I just let a whole bunch of people in. There was a bunch of
Right,
other
right,
people.
right. Okay. Yeah, it's about time. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, oh, Liz. Oh, I can
It's
recognize.
not
Yeah.
Josh, it's Liz.
It's yeah. I don't recognize the CSPCS 3.
I am in Maryland. Like
Oh,
I
I
said,
see. Okay, great. Yeah. So, Doug, you want to start? Or you want to wait 1 more minute?
I'm ready to go whenever you give the green
Yeah.
light, Jason.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we start. Yeah, I think somebody
Okay.
probably gradually. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, welcome back. And yeah, so we have one section last Tuesday, and it's I think its feedback is great. We learned from last section. We need when we use the AI, we use tools. We need to give clear instruction. What do we need from them, right? Don't just randomly let them do. They don't know like what you're asking for, right? Then they could give you wrong information. Same as we asking our assistant to do something, we need to give a little bit more clear instruction. All right, so that's went very well, and that's also this is what I'm learning. And so today we have another second section. We have like four section. For people probably it's first time to join, and this is our CAIA, Chinese American Insurance Association, running AI workshop. This is second section. And the CIA is a nonprofit organization, so established in 1989. So over like 37 years history, and is one of leading nonprofit organization in the life insurance financial service field in your metropolitan area. And Doc is our vice president, and so he leading this program because Doc also is chief communication officer from Orange, the reinsurance company, also research company. And Doc use a lot of this kind of tools to help his job, and also, and he has passion for this. This is why he's founder of the Long Island AI Academy, and for a few years, and training people how to use AI. So that's why he take the commitment to help our professionals and the members to learn how to use AI. Okay, it's great. And we have another two more sections next for this month. And so every time we'll learn something different. All right, so Docs, welcome, and all use. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jason, and thank you to everyone for joining today. Fred's just joining. Thanks everyone for joining today. I just want to start with a couple of comments about last week. So today is going to be a little bit more informal, more conversational. Some of the feedback from last week was that I think I tried to put too much information into the allotted time, and I think it was overwhelming for me. So I'd imagine it was probably overwhelming for some of you. So today I'm going to simplify a little bit more, and I put in the chat, as you'll see. I'm still going to go over some of the points in the worksheet, but I'm not going to be as rigid with the worksheet as I was last week. So as you can see in the chat, the agenda for today, really three primary objectives that I'd love to be able to accomplish, and I feel like you'll walk away with some great value. So the first item on the agenda is we're just going to review week 1, and then we're going to create our ICP, or ideal client profile. So last week, some of the different steps that we took ultimately was to create a prospect intelligence brief, or what we were calling a PIB, right? So my prospect was AIG, and with the different, the 3 different prompts that I had entered, ChatGPT ultimately generated a fantastic 1-page prospect profile, right? So now what we're going to do today is take those prospects and we're going to drill down to specific communication strategy and a plan on how best to engage these prospects and bring them into our pipeline and our funnel. So some of the homework for last week was to work on your 10 prospects and create some of those intelligence briefs, for at least a few of them. Because if nothing else that you take away from this session that CAIA is doing, this workshop this month, if there's nothing else that you take away, the most important thing is going to be that this is going to significantly save you time in a lot of areas of what you do. So the tech adoption, right? Just like we had 30 years ago with Google and 20 years ago with the iPhone, it's about creating a habit, right? So with some of the prompts that we did last week, you enter some of them in, and it generates that prospect brief, right? So the first thing on the agenda you can see in the chat, we'll go over week 1 as I just did, excuse me, and then we're going to take the prospect brief from last week. And today, the first agenda item is we're going to create an ICP, or that's an ideal client profile. So that's the first agenda item. The second agenda item is I'm going to walk you through live CrystalKnows.ai. And Crystal knows what it is. It's going to give you, as the user, as it did for me, it's going to give you a personality test. So it's going to ask you all kinds of questions and also put you through an Enneagram. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Enneagrams. But Crystal Knows it's an AI platform that focuses on understanding my particular personality. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are some of the points that might make me a little bit uncomfortable? So I went through about 4 or 5 of the questionnaires. I didn't fully complete all 10 of them in Crystal Knows, but it knows enough about me now that it can give me specific communication strategies based on my personality with different target prospects. And additionally, I'm going to show you how to add the CrystalKnows.ai, add that extension to your Chrome browser so that when we open up LinkedIn, for example, if I find my key prospect, my target contact at AIG, I can open that Crystal Knows extension and it's going to give me that same personality feedback about my target prospect. It's going to talk about what are the trigger points for that individual, what are their pain points, as well as some other key factors. So Crystal Knows is a fantastic tool that you'll learn today. The third on the agenda, and this is also 15 minutes, will be HubSpot. HubSpot CRM. It's free. You can actually do quite a bit in HubSpot CRM with their free tools. So Crystal Knows gives us a free trial, and then they give you 10 free profile scans. So I did 2 or 3 yesterday. Like I mentioned, Crystal Knows scanned a few people for me in LinkedIn. So I've got 7 or 8 left. But HubSpot also provides a free entry-level platform that gives you some pretty decent functionality. And then last, we'll save some time for Q&A. So to start, I'd love to hear some comments from anybody. Did anybody run that prospect research brief on any of your prospects that we did last week? Did anyone do that? Jason, did you do it?
I have not. And anyone, any of the participants did any kind of research for yourself? Prepare. If not, maybe Doc, you just show it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, one of the points that I left you with last week was that, you can take those 3 prompts, and I emailed last Wednesday, the day after the session, I emailed you a Word document, which includes those 3 key prompts, which will, if you use those 3 prompts on any prospect you have, it will create that prospect intelligence brief every time. In the same format. So the time between our sessions, if you do some of this work, you'll probably double the value you get out of what we're doing here here today. So if anyone has not created any of those prospect intelligence briefs, you could do one right now in 2 minutes, right? You've got the prompts already. Pick one of your prospects, you can plug them in. So if you do some of the work between the sessions, you'll get a lot more value out of what we're doing today. So as I mentioned, the first thing on the item, which I'll get into now, number 2, actually no, we reviewed week 1, but now we're going to create an ICP, that ideal client profile. So on your worksheet, let's see, yours is going to be, all right, so I will open it. All right. Okay. All right, so now I will share my screen. All right, and the first thing I'll show is this is your worksheet, which everybody should have received from my email last Wednesday. And as you can see up here, I just want to highlight the points where we're going to drill down today. Crystal Knows and HubSpot are the 2 tools that we're going to use today. The first agenda item, as I mentioned, we're going to create an ICP, which is an ideal client profile. So as you can see here on the screen, this particular prompt is the one that's going to generate our ICP, or ideal client profile. So what I'm going to do is, okay, stop sharing. Then, okay, I'm going to take my prompt. And now I'm going to share the screen and go to Claude. Okay, I'm now in Claude. And let's see. Okay, I am logged in. Okay, that's great. All right, so I'm going to plug in the prompt that I just showed you. I already completed mine. So what I'm going to do is the following. I'll read this prompt out so we're all aligned here. I am a managing director who works with clients in the insurance industry. Based on this description of my best 3 clients, honest and responsive, strong risk control protocols, and strong referral leads, help me to build a detailed ideal client profile, or ICP. Please include A, a firmographic criteria, the industry, company size, revenue range, geography. Also include B, situational triggers that make them ready to engage. And C, their most common pain points and growth priorities. D, decision maker characteristics, title, mindset, what they value in a partner. And E, red flags that signal a poor fit. Make it specific and actionable, not generic. So you have that same prompt in your worksheet. And I'll send you my specific one again after today's session. So I'm using Claude now because, as many of you may know, Claude is my favorite of the popular LLMs. Claude is much more of a deep thinking, strategic partner as an AI assistant compared with, a Gemini or a Copilot or a ChatGPT. But one of the downsides, actually 2 of the downsides with Claude, one is that sometimes it can take several hours to get back to you. I sometimes input a 2 to 3 paragraph prompt, and I won't get the response from Claude for 3 hours. And that's normal with Claude. Claude's known for that. A very deep strategic thinker, but time consuming on the response sometimes. Okay, so let's see. Ideal client profile, insurance industry clients. Note, I'm building this around a commercial insurance risk advisory relationship as a broker, since that's the pattern implied by risk control protocols as a signal. Okay, so A, firmographic criteria, which you asked for. Middle market manufacturers, okay. Company size, revenue range, geography. B, situational triggers. Okay, now please format as a downloadable Word file. All right, so as you'll see here, right, Claude is taking its time. And everyone can see this, right? Jason, Teresa, you guys can see the screen.
We can see it. We can see it.
Good, thanks.
It's Ronnie.
Yes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, once it generates this document, I'm going to download it and save it. And that will be my ICP, my ideal client profile. So for your prospects, I would suggest that you continue to use the prompt from last week to create that prospect intelligence brief. And then today, with just this one prompt, you can create this ideal client profile. These are 2 really useful tools for anyone who works in the space of trying to build new relationships. Okay, so here's on the right hand side, ideal client profile for insurance industry clients. Page 1 of 3, here's page 2, here's page 3. Excellent, just what I asked for. So I'm going to download it, and now I'm going to open it in Word. stop sharing, and then I'm going to share the Word document. Okay, so here's now in Microsoft Word, and after entering that prompt, this is the information that Claude generated, and then I asked it to put it into a downloadable Word file, which is what we have here. So it's 3 pages, ideal client profile. The 1 page is useless, the first page. It's really 2 pages. So if you recall in my prompt, this is what I asked for. Firmographic criteria, including all this information, company size, revenue range, geography. Situational triggers, pain points and growth priorities, decision maker characteristics, and red flags. So now I'm going to save this. Workshop, insurance industry ICP. Add today's date. All right, and that is officially finished. So does anybody have any questions on the ICP, on the ideal client profile?
We didn't see the report, looks like. Do you have that or?
I just showed it. Let me see if you didn't see it. Let me try. Here we go. Yes, here's the report.
Yeah, we see the first pager and what is
yeah, this is what I just talked through. This is the second page. This is all the information I asked for in the prompt. The firmographic criteria. Can you see this? Can everybody see
we
this?
can see it. We can see it.
The situational triggers, the pain points and growth priorities, decision maker characteristics, and then red flags that might fit. It's a poor fit or bad timing.
Okay.
Would you go back to Cloud that you put the very first template? Can you go back?
Yes, here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Claude. What's the question? Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. So
Over
what's your question?
here, you said, I mean, in the template, based on this description of my best 3 clients, but there is no specific about 3 clients information.
Yes, exactly. This is generic information about my best 3 clients. So this is not about 3 specific companies.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's a good question. So you can take this and drill down to your specific. This is Connie. This is an ideal client profile. So I took the description of my best 3 clients, so that this particular document, this describes my ideal clients, my best target prospects. This is the criteria that they make up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Jason, sorry, did you have a question?
I'm trying to see because we have a lot of like life aging here. I'm thinking maybe if you have time, maybe we can have one example. Like if we have like 65 years old man and looking for long-term care and insurance companies, and in New Jersey, they live in New Jersey, and then make this. Can you give me like 3 top carriers, make a recommendation? That kind of scenario.
Yeah, well, I think with a lot of the guidance I've given, people, I think people can create that prompt, right? I mean, I gave a lot of direction on prompts last week, and I gave a couple of samples. I picked AIG because I'm mostly on the property and casualty side.
Right.
So I'm not very familiar with a lot of the terminology or the acronyms on the life side. But yeah, if you want to create a prompt and send it to me, or if somebody wants to create one that would be, useful and targeted on the life side, I'm happy to run it live with the group. But I think someone with the life experience would probably create a much better, useful prompt for the life insurance side than I could.
Right,
So,
right.
so Jason, if someone wants to create that prompt and send to me, I'm happy to run through one of those
Sure.
examples.
Yeah, we can test next time. Right.
Okay, so there's three key points that I want to just highlight in the ideal client profile that came out that I just ran. One is that it's a lot more specific than a generic form. And to Connie's point and to Connie's question earlier, this is creating a detailed, specific snapshot of the ideal clients that I want to have in my portfolio. So very, very specific and targeted. The red flag section, I actually think this is the most valuable piece of the document, because the red flag section gives me specific points that I need to be aware of, as I work to reach out and engage these prospects. And then the last point was the buying trigger section. And the buying trigger kind of feeds directly into what we're going to do next week, which is the marketing outreach. I know Jason and Fred and some others have been asking about how to automate some of the outreach, how to automate some of the follow-up and communication. And we're going to get into some of that next week. Next week will be a lot around outreach strategy. So it's just about 12:30. I think the first item on the agenda, I think we've completed. So I briefly reviewed week one. Jason added some salient points. And I just walked through an example of creating an ICP. So last week we did the PIB, right? PIB was a prospect intelligence brief is the PIB, and ICP is the ideal client profile. All right, so the prompts you have from last week, you can create the PIB. The one prompt that we use today, you can create your ICP. All right, so now I'm going to get into number two is CrystalKnows, which I spoke about a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry, a quick question. Those acronyms you created, or is industry standards?
They're out there in the sales and marketing world.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
They're not mine.
My next question is, I'm trying to summarize because you're using prompts to create a ICP, and now that 3-page is actually an outcome from your search through the prompts. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yep, of course. All right, so I'm going to go to share, and then we're going to go to Google Chrome. Okay, this is where we are. All right, I'm going to have to just move this down a little bit so I can see everything up top. Okay, so the first thing you want to know is that CrystalKnows, it only works well in Chrome. So I do not recommend using any other browser for CrystalKnows. And as I mentioned, it's probably easier for you to read something than it would be for me to explain. So what you'll see on the screen here, CrystalKnows is an AI tool that predicts people's personality types based on their public online data. It helps sales teams and recruiters write better emails and prepare for meetings by using the DISC framework. And that's a model that classifies behavior into dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. So as I mentioned earlier, CrystalKnows runs you through, and now can everybody see this, my profile in CrystalKnows?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, good. So you'll see here my profile accuracy. I've completed, I think there are 7 or 8. So here, overall profile accuracy. I did the DISC analysis. I did the Big Five. I did the Enneagram. I did the 16 personalities. Each one of these is going to ask you, like this one is 72 questions. I constantly work toward a positive future. I strongly agree. I like to face my fears head on. Kind of neutral. All right, so so here you can see just this section on my strengths. There are 72 questions. And each one of these categories, DISC, Big Five, personality, strengths, they're all asking dozens and dozens of questions in that same comparison format so they can understand on a very deep level my personality. What are my pain points? What are my triggers? What are the different facets of how I communicate to be the most effective? So what you'll see here at the top of this page, Crystal Knows created this based on some of the answers I provided already. So Lucas Manelli, you move through the world as a high-performing analyst with an unusually sharp eye for error and efficiency. I'm objective, collected, and reserved. So once you go through each one of these question areas, right now I'll go into the DISC. Okay, so here I answered about 50 questions, and out of the DISC, I'm considered a C, an analyst. You are analytical and quality driven. You approach problems methodically, value accuracy, and prefer to have all the facts before making decisions. You set high standards and excel at detailed work. So it scores me. I'm more conscientious. Then we go to influential, dominant, and steady. I scored 0. So then I can score how accurate are these results from what I know about myself. You know, I scored it somewhat accurate. So now I'll go back to my profile. And again, what I want to show you here is you can create a profile in Crystal Knows for free. As I mentioned, I've just done some of these assessments. I still have to go through my strengths and my core values. But once I do, I can click up here on the right. You'll see downloadable PDF. If I click on that, it will allow me to download a full handbook of my personality. A complete, as it says here, a complete guide to how I think, act, communicate, work, and grow, built from every assessment that I've taken on Crystal. But the only way that I can download this full personality assessment is if I upgrade to Crystal Premium for $49 a month, which I'm not going to do at the present moment, but I want to just give you some more of kind of the background of what the potential is here for Crystal Knows. Okay, so now you have an understanding of what Crystal Knows is about, and why there's a lot of heavy lifting early on. You'll see here on the right, the next step is strengths, where there's 72 questions. There's a lot of heavy lifting early on, but that is to provide a thorough understanding of my particular personality and how I can use that to be a more effective salesperson. Okay, so now how do I use this, right? How do I get the value out of, now I want Crystal Knows to go out and use the same personality assessment of some of my target prospects. Okay, so one thing that I will show you up here on the right, if you click on guides, I'm sorry, not guides, we're gonna click on apps. You click on apps, and then on the left-hand side, if you follow where I am, we're gonna click on extension. And then you're gonna click get the Chrome extension. I already have it. I already have it here. You'll see Crystal. So when I click on the extension, you'll see I have Crystal Knows already here. But when you're at extension, if you click Get Chrome Extension, it will run you to 2 or 3 different instructions, and then it will set up your Chrome extension for Crystal Knows. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my home page, and now I'm going to use Crystal Knows to assess one of my target contacts. Okay, so one of my target contacts is Gordana Vasic at AIG. And she's just a random example of a contact that I picked at AIG. If you remember last week, my target prospect was AIG, and now I'm picking specific people in there to understand. right? So here's Gordana Vesic. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's the Associate General Counsel at AIG. And I'm looking to contact her to have a conversation about some, I don't know, let's say, AI legal services that I'd like to talk to her about that maybe AIG and her team may be interested in. So before I reach out to Gordana, I'm going to go up here to my Chrome extension. I'm going to click on CrystalKnows. Oh, it's already right here on the right. So you'll see this because I ran this yesterday. So you typically go up here, extensions, click CrystalKnows. I already did it. So it just says here, view personality. And now what you'll see is the free account with CrystalKnows gives you 10 free previews. You'll see I have 9 remaining because I just used 1 for Gordana. So based on Gordana's LinkedIn profile, as well as other publicly available information about her, CrystalKnows then created this on the right-hand side for me to understand Gordana before I attempt to reach out to her. So on the she is on the DISC, she is more of a D, which is dominant. She's an architect, mild confidence, competitive, vigorous, and efficient. Gordana tends to be ambitious, critical, and pragmatic, verbalizing clear feedback and expectations. Do place a high value on being time efficient rather than filling it up with small talk. Do be upfront and blunt about potential issues. I won't read all of them. And then don't take her schedule lightly. Respect the call's length and end on schedule. Don't bounce around between many conversation pieces. Stay focused. And then more typical behaviors. What energizes her? What drains her? And then, okay, where did this data come from? And then it gives you a background of how CrystalKnows got this information. So this is one example of the type of functionality that CrystalKnows can provide. So while I have this open, actually, let's have it run a live one. I'll pick somebody else new. I will pick from AIG. Who do I know?
So quick question
Yeah.
for that. Can I?
Yeah, please.
Yes. So you just enter prompts in CrystalKnows, or you just copy paste her LinkedIn profile?
Oh yeah, no prompts at all. What I did is I went to, like, right now I'm on this guy's profile. Right. Let's see. So now all I did was I opened his profile on LinkedIn. I click up here on CrystalKnows extension. Okay, and here's Rich. Where's back? Okay, here's Rich Mulcahy. This gives it kind of scores him in the same way that it scored Gordana just a few minutes ago. And you'll see up here I have 8 remaining. So the way to get the best value out of CrystalKnows is for you to complete, and these are all free, as I said, to complete all of these different personality questionnaires. For me, the big 5, I'm conscientious. I value emotional stability, extrovert. I'm an extrovert, very open and agreeable. You're going to go through all these questionnaires, and it's going to create a very thorough and, for me, quite accurate understanding of my personality and what makes me tick, and how I like to operate it, etc.
So for those contacts or prospects, you also enter manually their like 5 whatever traits?
I don't enter anything. So Fred, even what you'll see here on CrystalKnows, I answered a bunch of questionnaires for it to create an understanding of my personality and my communication style. What it does out here in the real world, once you add that Chrome extension, CrystalKnows will analyze whatever you put in front of it.
Gotcha.
So there's no prompts that are needed. There's no other information to plug in. Once you've got that extension, you can use it anywhere.
Interesting.
So the CrystalKnows has all those people's profile.
No,
They
no.
don't.
CrystalKnows Once I open this extension, CrystalKnows runs its own personality assessment algorithm based on the LinkedIn person that I have open. So once I open Rich Mulcahy, it goes through all of his LinkedIn information. It also goes out to the web and finds any other information, you know, articles, conferences where he's speaking at it goes to find any information about Rich Mulcahy in addition to his publicly available information on his LinkedIn profile. And that's how CrystalKnows generates what we see here on the right-hand side.
And this is also how you create your own, same way? Like you pull out your own LinkedIn profile and then click on this link? No?
No, for yourself, you have to go through all these questionnaires.
Okay.
Yeah, you
So
need to
right near
build
start
up
assessment. This one is 72 questions, right? I'm not going to
Okay.
do them right now.
I see.
You go through all these questionnaires and assessments, and then when I finish it, I'm going to go here. I'm going to spend $49, and I'm going to download my full personality handbook. I did this kind of stuff actually in business school. I remember in business school, we took a personality assessment. We did this Enneagram. We did our strengths and weaknesses, our core values. So it's great that I can now get this for a lot cheaper than a business school tuition.
So since it's a one-time download of your own profile, why would they charge monthly $49? So who is going to subscribe every month?
There are many more functions and features in CrystalKnows that I don't have enough time. I don't know all of them at the moment. And we don't have time today to even go through a bunch of them. But the $49 a month is if you are going to be, you know, so right now, I only have eight more free assessments of personalities. If I want more, if I want unlimited, I pay $49 a month. And then I can review hundreds of people if I want. But also by doing that, by paying $49 a month, it gives you access to all of the other tools and functionality that CrystalKnows provides.
So that extension icon, that's now part of the almost every browser or
No, you have to open Chrome, and when you're in, it has to be in Chrome. CrystalKnows only works in Chrome.
Okay.
So you're in Chrome, and then you're going to click up here on Apps. Go down to, you see on the left here where I am extension? You click on extension, and then you click here, get Chrome extension.
Okay.
I already did this yesterday, Fred. I did this yesterday. That's why when I go up here and click, you see Crystal. Because yesterday I got the Chrome extension for Crystal. Yeah. So now any website I go to, LinkedIn page or anything, I can always go here and turn on this Crystal extension.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, this is something we have to learn because this is like the paths. It's very confusing, how to get there. But thank you for sharing. This
yes,
is
absolutely, Fred. And like after today's call, I'm sure people have questions and how do I get the extension and how do I use it? If people want to email me questions or I'll get on the phone with somebody, whatever. Feel free to contact me, Fred or anyone else, and we can walk through this in more detail. That's all I really have for you today on CrystalKnows. I'm a big fan of it so far. I can tell you that once I finish my assessment, I'm going to pay the $49 to download my full personality profile and assessment. But then I'm going to cancel. I'm not paying $49 a month until I, number one, understand all the other functions in CrystalKnows, and number two, decide if they're useful for me. I already know that this personality profile with this extension is fantastic. But I don't know if that alone is worth $49 a month, to Fred's point. Okay, so any other questions on CrystalKnows? Big level, top level. If you want to drill down and get detail, as I mentioned, I'm happy to arrange a call, or we can do something else after today's session. Okay, so the third item on the agenda is HubSpot CRM. So I'm going to go to share. we'll go back to Chrome. And in Chrome, okay, I'll shut this down. Okay. All right. So here is HubSpot. So HubSpot is actually. Why don't we do this? What is HubSpot CRM? Can everyone see this? Okay.
Yeah.
HubSpot CRM is a cloud-based software platform that helps businesses track, manage, and build stronger relationships with their customers. So obviously CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So HubSpot CRM serves as a single central system where sales, marketing, and customer support teams can store all interactions with leads and clients. So what I did was the following. I opened a free HubSpot AI account. It's actually permanently free. There's no credit card required to save anything. So there's a healthy level of functionality here without having to ever pay $1. So I can use HubSpot for the next 10 years and get a lot of value out of it without spending $1. Obviously, there are some stronger functions and tools that you can get access to, but you have to pay for that. So, so one of the things that I did before, what I like about HubSpot so far is that it helps me to create my cadence and my communication strategy. So if it's AIG, I've got 2 key contacts I'm going after: Gordana Vesic and Rich Mulcahy, right? So the first thing that I did was I created my profile, and the second thing I did was I uploaded all of my contacts. So you'll see here on the left-hand side, first I go to Home, then I go, next is Contacts, and you'll see I've got, literally I think I've got 2,500 contacts in here that I just uploaded yesterday. So what I can do is, if I go here on the left, I can also, it also has the companies that it pulls out from all the contacts. So it went through all my contacts and then created separate company profiles based on all the contacts that I have. There's also a section for deals, if I've actually, closed any deals. Now if we go into marketing emails, what I like about HubSpot is that I can create a communications plan that maybe I start with an email to Rich Mulcahy, but I choose to attend a conference next month where Gordana is speaking in New York City. So instead of my first contact with her being a cold email, I'll get to see her introduce at an event next month, and I can introduce myself, and then I can follow up with her afterwards, and it will be more of a hot prospect as opposed to total cold contact, right? So send personalized emails to connect to your audience and grow your revenue. So they've got some simple templates for basic emails, newsletters, and then promotions. And the promotions are a little bit more, flashy. But I'm going to start with a template. Okay, so here you'll see that I can add, here I'd be able to plug in company logo. So I can add CAIA or Long Island AI Academy or what have you. And it gives me some suggestions and guidelines as to, and then up here you can see you can preview it, you can review it and send. What I like to do is I like to save them. So this one is going to be send to, let's see, where's Rich? Where's Rich Mulcahy? All right, let's just say it's Tom for now. So Tom at Dart Restoration Corp. It's been auto saved. Now I'm going to save it again. So now I'll go back. So this is the marketing email dashboard. So you'll see that I've got one new email here that I just created as kind of a template that I'm going to send to Rich Mulcahy later at AIG. And here you can track everything. You'll see there's templates that you can work with, and you can track everything you've done in the past. What I like to do is schedule emails. So I will type up a few emails on a Sunday for the coming week. And then I'm learning now through HubSpot that I can create 5 emails on a Sunday. And they're going to go out, one on Monday, one each weekday until we get to Friday. But once I create them on Sunday and I plug them into HubSpot and I give them timing for release, I don't have to do anything else for the rest of the week. These 5 emails will be sent automatically each day at the time that I reference. And then at the end of the week, it will give me a synopsis of the feedback and engagement that was received from these 5 emails. So that's why you'll see scheduled here is a big function that I'm becoming familiar with. You can use HubSpot also to add meeting notes. So if I have a meeting with Gordana after I hear her speak at this conference next month, if I have a conversation with her for 20 minutes at the side of that event, I can plug in some of those meeting notes into Gordana's contact page here. So I'm learning, and to be honest, I haven't used a regular CRM. I use my contacts in my phone, in my iPhone, and actually in the contacts in the notes section, I type out, I met this person at the IPO conference in Hong Kong in April of 2026 or what have you. So mine is very old school and more of a headache than anything else. So I have not actively used I've used Salesforce as a CRM, but that was inside some large organizations. I have not used my own CRM to manage my own relationships and marketing and communication. So instead of doing it all in Apple or on an iPhone, I'm now going to start using this amazing free HubSpot CRM. The first thing you're going to want to do again is import all of your contacts. There's a lot of ways to do it. Let's see. Create a new group. That's different. There's a lot of ways to import the contacts. Because my contacts and all the detail were on my iPhone, what I had to do was I had to go into my phone. I went into my phone and then I had to download the HubSpot CRM app. Once I did that, inside the HubSpot CRM app, you can import your contacts, and it can do so directly from all your iPhone contacts. So if you try to add your contacts on the HubSpot CRM website, you're going to have to either have like a CSV file or a certain formatted spreadsheet. If you just download the app on your phone, which is going to sync directly to your online account, you can then just plug in, it will sync all of your contacts from your phone right into your HubSpot account. So I know I'm speaking, quickly here. I see can filter your contact criteria, can filter your contact list inside a CRM. Another thing that I didn't have time to become familiar with yet, but I can take that project intelligence brief for AIG, and I can add that document to Gordana and Rich in HubSpot CRM, right? So last week I created that prospect intelligence brief about AIG. If Rich and Gordana are my main key contacts at AIG, I'm going to add that prospect intelligence brief to their information on HubSpot. So next month, after I hear Gordana speak at this event, I can add some more notes, and I can then open that intelligence brief and find out some key points that will help me to be as efficient and effective as possible as I communicate with her and try to get my foot in the door at AIG. clock says 12:57. So if I go back to today's agenda, right, the first item was reviewing week 1 and creating our ICP. The second agenda item was Crystal Knows. And the third agenda item was the HubSpot CRM, which we just went through. And then last here is for us to get into Q&A. Let me see if I have any other points on your worksheet for today. I did create the rubric for you to score your prospects. As I talked a little bit about at the end of last week, that's going to be up to you. You know, if you choose to do the scoring to see which prospects kind of rise higher on your priority list, that's kind of, you know, up to you as you feel comfortable. But other than that, I'd love to take some questions now. And I'd also love to get some feedback maybe from some of the board members as to how do you think today went compared to last week? I tried to be a little less formal and a little more focused and not trying to do too much with all the worksheets and everything. So any questions, any feedback?
Well, I think this is great because I think that right now we're at the stage of being exposed to all these tools, availability, and the possibilities with all these things. I think this is great. I think this is the first round. You know, maybe you can do a second round, and then because now we're entering an AI world, and we've got to, you know, get updated. And you're a great resource, of course, and I know you're experimenting with all this, and which is wonderful.
Yeah, that's great points, Fred. Actually, and this is not a plug, okay? This is something that we talked about earlier, Fred, that we were mentioning earlier, and Jason. And I'm only sharing this because this is something that has been requested of me based on demand. So as you know, what we're doing now is a 1-month AI workshop, right? I've done 4 other month-long AI workshops this year alone. But from recent demand, some people are asking for small digestible sessions. So as you can see here, the first one I'm doing is Tuesday, August 25th. It's actually 6 p.m. It's 1 hour, $39, and it's a field guide to the top 4 AI assistants. In 1 hour, you will know the pros and cons of ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Copilot. And I'll give you a take-home cheat sheet that tells you where you want to use each of those 4 assistants. You know, I'm not trying to sell here. I'm just trying to share with you that, you know, going forward, and I've already got 16 people registered for that class. All right. But going forward, this is the first one. But as we get into September, I'm going to create additional 1-hour sessions. So 1 hour on one specific topic of AI that's very easily digestible. So like this session in 1 hour, you will know the difference of ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Copilot. You will know for which project you want to use each of those. You know, that type of 1 hour snapshot is what I'm going to create more sessions as we get into the fall. Some people don't want the month long. Some people they're overwhelmed. Some people want just something small and digestible. So.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
I have a question. First of all, thank you very much for introducing us on new words, especially today, like CrystalKnows and HubSpot. It's a very interesting resource, and I can't wait to using it. But I have a question. Probably it's a silly question, but I have to ask you.
No silly question. All good questions.
No silly question.
About the HubSpot, you said the ones we download on our own device, then we can download our the context into HubSpot.
Yes.
But I'm worried about, you know, if it is safe from hackers.
I don't know. I think everything's exposed to hackers in one way or another. I don't really know. I can't really answer that. I don't know if Jason, do you?
So when you means what, you know, if we really want to use, you know, HubSpot, you have to subscribe, right? You need to pay that and then you can download, can put in your client profile. You don't use free one, right? Because that's no. And
Right.
I think this kind of software, same as you use like Salesforce, whatever, and a smart office, and similar. And nothing, I think, is a guarantee for no, the hackers, they do anything. They can, like large company, they could hack to the system. And that's another concern. It's relatively concern, but in generally, I think they did everything already to protect the privacy information, and there is like a cyber security insurance also you could buy. All right, Connie. So last time we talked about the cyber security insurance, cyber security insurance, and you really worry about that, and you also can buy additional insurance to protect, the client's information, whatever. If in case it's get leaked, and that's some protect for you for ourselves also. Yeah.
Yeah, it was silly. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It's new to me too, because I know, we are pretty much, very, like elementary student to the AI tools, and it's new for me too. And the Crystal knows, it's first time for me, and HubSpot CRM also, we just get this kind of knowledge, and that's the world in the future, right? So if you know, you probably learn, use one or two. You don't have to use all, so each is different.
Yes.
Find the right one for yourself, and then, get used to it. Yeah. So maybe next time I can give you a profile, because I saw a lot of people in the life insurance side and in the advisor, maybe they are interesting. And I give you a profile, the client's profile, and then see we can have like AI to make recommendations, what it looks like. I can explain, what the different suggestion, and then, we can get everybody to see what the different AI could make a different recommendation. Yeah, that we can talk offline for next time.
Yeah, and next week, I just plugged into the chat my Word document that has today's prompt and today's agenda. Next week, I'm just plugging it into the chat.
If anyone, has some kind of interest, to test, to try see what's consequence if you want to like give some certain kind of profile, and then let the AI to generate some kind of answer for you, and feel free to bring out.
And Jason, I just put in the chat. Next week, the focus is pipeline acceleration with AI.
Okay.
And these are the 4 tools. Actually, I'm not sure the last one, but the first 3 are ones that, again, I'm going to use. Basic, intro, free level. Copy.ai, Lavender, and Calendly. That should be Calendly, not Calendar.
It's all like a new terminology to me.
Yes, no, I understand. But, for example, what did you think of CrystalKnows?
Right.
Did you ever hear of it before? No?
I heard that, because the first time somebody demonstrated for me. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Do you think it's good?
Yeah,
I
these
think
are
it's
all
great to understand someone's personality and their triggers and their strengths and their weaknesses before I engage that person, to know the details of their personality, what makes them tick.
Right.
I never had that level of knowledge before.
Yeah, I think way back we use some different kind of programs like social styles. I think which was probably the old, probably very similar, like whether you're a driver or analytical or ambient or expressive. I think very similar, but I think these are very useful in communications with your prospects.
Yeah.
And so those are very helpful, actually, especially for client-facing professionals.
Fully agree. Fully agree, Fred.
Yeah, the CRM system is very useful because we have a lot of clients because in our field we have a lot of clients with different companies.
Yeah.
So sometimes you don't you need how you don't know how to reach out to the client and their life event, their marriage time, their birthday, their children birthday, and that's kind of event. And if you don't have system to monetize, it's very hard for you to do it, right? Because
Yes.
you try to stay in touch with the client and their life, important life event. So if you have right CRM to use, they can put in all the client information there. They can automatically generate, the email for you, right? That birth greeting, right? The marriage greeting sent out for you. That's very useful. Yeah.
So you can add life events, right? So you can
Yeah.
see, you know that one of your clients is going to have a baby in 6 months, right? So that's a major event. Maybe they have no life insurance, right? So after they have the baby, you follow up, right? So you can add those life events into HubSpot as well with different clients. Different major significant life events that are going to be happening to them in the near future. And those are triggers, right? I would imagine on the life side, those are trigger events, right? For conversation.
Right. Yeah.
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 Very good. Yeah.
So anything else, Fred? Any other comments or questions?
Those are wonderful, except for CRM because I have to follow our company's stuff. But
Yes,
but this is for independent brokers. I think it's very useful because it's basically can be automated. You don't have to remember. If you have hundreds of clients, you don't have to remember their the birth date, wedding date, whatever dates, the triggers, and this will be automated, and then it gives you a reason to give them a follow-up call, to maintain the relationship. I think this is wonderful. Gotta learn this. All these are very useful. Thank you. Appreciate your time. And as I said, this is the first round. Maybe we'll have many more rounds so we get comfortable in this new world of AI.
Yeah.
I think with this kind of AI tool, you for the client information, you can systematic transfer, right? You don't need a download one by one manually by yourself.
Right.
And then that's where you can you have 100 probably put in all sent into the system. This is not like old style. We have to key in each client's data. That the old times, right? When we're working in my life, and then we have to type in each client information over there. I think today you can download put in everything one times, and that save a lot of time. Yeah, so we don't know how to do it. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Well, good. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I hope you got some value out of it today. And just like last week, I'll follow up probably later today with an email with the link to the recording and some of the other stuff. So thanks again for your time, everybody.
Thank you, Doug. And everybody also received the email from Doug for the YouTube, right? You have a video, when everybody wants to see it, you can check the video, check the YouTube. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. See you next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you.